In the peaceful Danvers region of Ukraine, there resides Mykola and his pregnant wife Nastia. They are renowned as the pioneering eco-settlers in the area. Nastia, an artist with a passion for drawing and woodcarving, creates a wooden angel as a protective amulet for Mykola. Meanwhile, Mykola is a multidisciplinary scholar, proficient in mathematics, physics, and ecology, and he imparts his knowledge as a teacher at the local school. He commutes to work every day on his bicycle, reveling in the tranquility of their surroundings. Adorning the front of their home is a peace sign in the form of the paw of the white raven, symbolizing an ancient legend. According to the tale, a compassionate raven had provided water and food to people, shedding its feathers in the process. Due to their deliberate detachment from electronic devices, the couple remains oblivious to the news until Mykola catches a glimpse of the television during his break at school. It is then he discovers the distressing reports of protesters being killed in Ukraine's capital and the looming threat of a Russian invasion. Within the classroom, Mykola faces harassment from a student named Ivan, who perceives him as an outsider and peculiar. Despite Ivan's attempts to provoke him, Mykola remains steadfast in his commitment to pacifism and focuses on nurturing the young minds entrusted to him. One morning, as Mykola commutes to work, he notices soldiers stationed by the roadside but pays them no mind. However, upon reaching the school, he is met with an eerie emptiness, and the television swiftly informs him of the reason: Russia has invaded Ukraine. Recalling the soldiers he encountered earlier, Mykola becomes consumed with worry for his wife's safety. Hastening back to their home, he arrives to a heart-wrenching scene. Russian soldiers are ruthlessly assaulting Nastia, and his attempts to defend her only result in his own capture. After verifying that they are not spies, the soldiers initiate a devastating fire within the house before departing. In a final act of defiance, Nastia hurls a stone at them, prompting them to mercilessly gun her down. Overwhelmed by grief, Mykola clings to his wife's lifeless body, watching helplessly as their cherished home succumbs to the flames. Several hours later, two members of the Ukrainian militia stumble upon Mykola. After confirming his innocence as a civilian, they assist him in burying Nastia. Subsequently, they escort him to their base, where skepticism greets his unexpected arrival. Cautious of potential spies, the higher-ranking officers scrutinize Mykola's intentions. Determined to prove his loyalty, Mykola expresses his desire to join the army and expel the Russian forces from his homeland. From that moment forward, he embarks on an arduous training regimen, pushing himself to the limits physically and familiarizing himself with firearms, a realm entirely foreign to him as a pacifist. Disassembling and reassembling weapons proves to be a particularly challenging task for Mykola, drawing the ridicule of his superiors. Their mockery intensifies when he declares his chosen codename, Raven. Unfazed by their attempts to belittle him, Mykola perseveres, dedicating countless hours to late-night weapon practice and keeping the wooden angel close by as a poignant reminder of his ultimate objective, avenging his wife's tragic demise. Weeks later, as the trainees discover a shortage of snipers at the front lines, the army seeks volunteers for the role. Despite minimal interest from his peers, Mykola promptly steps forward, met with yet more derision. Undeterred, he accepts a challenge to prove his worth. Blindfolded, he disassembles and reassembles an AK-47 within an impressive 20 seconds, finally earning the respect of his comrades. Henceforth, they affectionately dub him Raven, as he had desired. Sniper training's theoretical aspects come naturally to Mykola, thanks to his proficiency in mathematics and physics, allowing him to outpace even the instructors in calculations. He excels at adhering to the cardinal rule of absolute stillness and silence, undisturbed even when an instructor fires near his vicinity. Unfortunately, his actual shooting skills suffer due to the incongruity of the weapon provided to him, ill-suited for war sniping. Despite repeatedly voicing his concern, Mykola is met with dismissal. Unyielding once again, he formulates a plan to demonstrate his capabilities. The final sniper test unfolds under the cover of night, requiring trainees to shoot once an instructor's flare provides adequate illumination. However, Mykola bides his time, utilizing the light to calculate distances precisely. When the exam concludes, he defies convention and executes a shot in complete darkness, striking the target's bullseye, a feat no one else achieves. His outstanding performance ensures he graduates with the highest score, securing his assignment to an elite unit. For his inaugural mission, Mykola joins a team of fellow snipers tasked with liberating a strategically vital checkpoint captured by Russian forces. Employing stealth and evasion tactics, they infiltrate the area undetected. Each sniper is assigned a target, but their plans are momentarily halted when a civilian vehicle approaches the checkpoint. The operation is temporarily suspended as they await the vehicle's departure. The Russian soldiers force the two civilians to step forward and surrender their passports, but they refuse to return them when the couple requests their belongings. The man grows increasingly agitated, demanding the return of their documents, which prompts the Russian soldiers to respond with violence. Witnessing this, Mykola's team swiftly intervenes, launching a precise and efficient attack that eliminates every soldier, including the one attempting to hold the civilian woman hostage. With the mission accomplished, the team raises the Ukrainian flag to regain control of the checkpoint. Upon returning to base, Mykola learns that his fellow comrades from another mission have departed. Utilizing this moment of downtime, he decides to visit the school where he used to work, deeply moved by the desolate sight of dusty classrooms. The following day, when the other team returns, Mykola receives devastating news. One of his friends has fallen victim to an enemy sniper. This tragedy further fuels Mykola's desire for revenge. In their next mission, Mykola's team conceals explosives behind leaf-covered trees, lying in wait among the grass for the arrival of their Russian adversaries, as intelligence reports had predicted. However, Mykola hesitates to shoot when he witnesses something he can hardly believe. Ivan, his former student, has joined the Russian army and is approaching alongside their enemies. Snapping out of his shock, Mykola responds to the captain's command and detonates the explosives, eliminating every Russian soldier, including Ivan. When the captain inquires about the situation, Mykola explains, and the captain remarks that Ivan had made his own choices. During a break, Mykola and the captain find common ground as they share memories of their homes. The captain reveals that he carries a picture of his family and has an agreement with his wife not to reveal the nature of his job to their daughters, who believe he is away on a business trip. In return, Mykola shows the captain the wood angel, explaining its significance as a symbol of his own family. A few days later, the Ukrainian forces successfully secure the trenches near the border. The sniper team assumes their positions, awaiting the imminent arrival of the Russian forces preparing to invade the region. Mykola, keeping the wood angel close at all times, prepares for his duty. However, his usual composure is shattered when he spots the man responsible for his wife's death among the incoming Russian soldiers. Driven by a desperate thirst for revenge, Mykola persistently requests permission to shoot, but the captain repeatedly denies his requests, explaining that the enemy is not yet in the optimal position. Growing impatient, Mykola takes matters into his own hands and fires, hitting the soldier but inadvertently exposing their location to a concealed enemy sniper, who promptly retaliates and kills the captain. Under a hail of Russian gunfire, Mykola must drag the captain's lifeless body across the field while evading bullets and explosions. Hours later, he finally manages to reach the safety of the base, where his superior assures him that an investigation will be conducted to identify and eliminate the sniper who killed the captain. When they do locate the sniper, Mykola will be called upon to deal with him. Overwhelmed by guilt, Mykola resolves to immerse himself in solo missions to compensate for his past mistake. Despite his exceptional sniper skills, he becomes reckless without the presence of others to keep him in check. While he successfully takes down numerous Russian soldiers, his daring approach leads to a wounded arm from an enemy bullet. Seeking respite and an update on the political negotiations with Russia, Mykola retreats to a secret hideout, only to have his break interrupted by an urgent call. It turns out that the army has discovered the whereabouts of the sniper responsible for the captain's death, necessitating Mykola's return. Prior to commencing the mission, the soldiers are briefed on the available intelligence. The sniper, known as Sari, has inflicted significant damage, having killed 5 Ukrainian snipers and 3 machine gunners. To further demoralize them, Sari records and posts videos of his kills, including the captain's death. Thankfully, the casualties have aided in pinpointing Sari's location. Since they cannot use mines due to a chlorine storage issue in the enemy's hideout at a chemical plant, an alternate plan is devised. Their strategy involves the Ukrainian snipers neutralizing the lower-ranking soldiers, clearing the path for Mykola to infiltrate and confront Sari directly. As the mission commences, the Ukrainian snipers take their positions, while Mykola stealthily crawls through the field to enter the building. The first soldier he encounters is the same man who had attacked his home and still recognizes Mykola, taunting that he should have killed him earlier. With a single, satisfying shot, Mykola swiftly dispatches him and signals his teammates to engage. All the Ukrainian snipers simultaneously open fire, successfully sweeping the area without arousing suspicion. Only 2 Russian snipers, including Sari, remain oblivious to the unfolding danger. They grow suspicious when communication ceases and investigate their fallen comrades, discovering their lifeless bodies. Seizing the opportunity, Mykola advances deeper into the building undetected. Sari, returning to his position, is taken aback by the sight of a small wood angel. In that moment, Mykola emerges, launching himself at Sari and lethally ending his life with a knife. Simultaneously, the other Russian soldier falls victim to a waiting grenade. Shortly after, the backup called by Sari arrives at the scene. Mykola seizes Sari's radio and defiantly warns the newcomers that they will pay for their actions. As the Russian truck comes to a halt, the Ukrainian soldiers unleash a barrage of gunfire, swiftly eliminating all their targets. Having avenged his wife, his friend, and his captain, Mykola decides to take a break and visit Nastia's grave, ensuring that the fallen cross is restored. Despite yearning for home, he realizes that there is still much work to be done for his country. Soon, he embarks on another solo mission, prepared to bring down as many Russian soldiers as necessary. So, this was all about today's recap. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Until next time, stay wild.